Alright, Jackie Jones here at the Jackie Jones Show. It's a good name. My name's Jackie Jones, or else the show's name would not make a lick of sense. And we are here at IYHWrestling.com for another exciting edition of the Prize Wheel, and we'll have some other segments here in the show. Now, how do you get your name on here? You see a lot of prizes already up here. Well, all you got to do, if you own a website, if you have a wrestling promotion, if you sell T-shirts, DVDs, food products, anything it is, doesn't have to be wrestling related. Send me an email, jackisbackbrother@hotmail.com, or send me a voicemail, 508-644-8503. And for your prizes donated to the show, you'll get a banner at the top of the site. We'll plug you on the show, plug you right here on this program. So you get free publicity, and all you got to do is donate some prizes to the fans of the show. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Now, there's some that's not up here this week, Kayfabe Commentaries. Go check those guys out at kayfabecommentaries.com. The prize was won last week. The winner has not claimed it yet. It's not claimed it yet. You got another week, or else it's going back up here. What else isn't up here? But they are still part of the prize wheel, of course. Slam-a-ween, that's right, my buddy Diego. He will be back up here once he gets the finished project done. Some great DVDs, last one by Crystal. And once they're done, they're going to go back up here. Also, Geek Girls Online. Go check them out, geekgirlsonline.com. The new year, they'll be back up here. Also, Bloody Mary. If you're in the market for fake blood, if you want to do horror movies, your own horror movies, just want to take some cool pictures, have fun with the family, with the friends, whatever you're into. You don't want to do a blade job. You want to get some fake blood. Check out Bloody Mary. It's the best fake blood you're going to get. What else do we have up here? What else? We have a Death Race 2000 film. You see it right here. Jason Statham, and that is thanks to Universal Home Video. So if you don't win that, go over to Walmart, buy yourself that DVD. We have hand-signed, hand-drawn print by the artist, Bombshell Comics, Nature Boy, Ric Flair, comic book print. Pretty sweet, not going to get much cooler than that. The artist himself gave it to the show. He's the man, Jazorka. We've got one Luchador t-shirt left from MaskedRepublic.com. If you're looking for some Lucha shirts, that is the place to go, people. You're not going to find any better ones, and they're all legit. You're not getting some, something that some guy made in his basement. But we also have Gimmicks Tees, talking about wrestling tees. The best wrestling tees you're going to find. Gimmicks Wrestling Tees. That's right. Yolanda, she calls on the show quite often. Always a lot of fun to hear. Fun to look at, too, if I might add. Yolanda and Killer Kyle over at Gimmicks Tees. Val Venus, Sarah Del Rey. Wrestlers wear these shirts. That's how cool they are. But you don't have to be a wrestler, of course. You can get the I Love Rats, I'm a Heel, Future Endeavor. There's so many cool shirts. Can't say enough about them. And speaking of, can't say enough good things, NWALegends.com, my buddy Greg Price over there, he's donated last week. The winner was Miss Destiny, and she actually decided she wanted a t-shirt, FanFest t-shirt. We talked to her last night after the show, and she was actually, she's almost teared up. She was so happy that she won, so thanks to Greg Price. On here now, we also have an autographed photo, your choice, at the site, NWALegends.com, up to $15 value, and a set of programs, FanFest programs. Really awesome stuff. Also check out NWALegends.com. You can get some really cheap autographs, really nice autographs. Yeah, there's a sale right now on t-shirts. But the main thing is the FanFest. You hear us talk about it every year, all year long. Takes place in August. Now you say, well, Jack, I know, people want you to plug stuff. And yeah, that's true. We plug a lot of events. But this is one we go to. We've gone to it 7 years in a row. This will be a 7th year in a row. We like it that much. We have so much fun. We hope it continues. And for it to continue, you have to support it. So support the FanFest. Lots of people have been added. Denny Brown, Magnum TA, Tully Blanchard, Bob Caudle, Check it out. And, of course, the In Your Head crew will be there. So if you're a fan of the show, you meet us, you can hang out with us. I know what you're thinking. Whoop-de-doo. But, hey, a lot of people have fun. Spec Son, Playboy Don Douglas. So come for the legends. Hang out within your head. It's a great time. eBay seller Neil Lee, it's Neallee. Search him up on eBay. Has donated a Lionel Richie concert t-shirt. Hey, that's pretty cool stuff. Check out that site. Lots of cool sports stuff. Any sites you can think of. NBA, NHL, NFL. Not too much baseball at the moment, but good stuff. What else is up here? Oh, man, the last boot band CD. The president, he is hoping he wins this week. Oh, the luchador mask is going back up there. Speaking of that, sincerely, we hope that our man El Santo Loco recovers very quickly. Just had his spleen removed, and he's in the hospital. Called in live from the show from the hospital last night to the show. Speaking of the show last night, it was our year-end awards. A lot of fun, and what's cool about it is our year-end awards, it's all voted on by the fans. So, I think that's added something to it. Gal T-shirt, the Beast from the East. First time, I think that's the first time that's been up here. Now, the Gal shirt, if you're not familiar, Conrad Brooks, he's actually the last surviving cast member, I believe. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure about that. From Plan 9 from Outer Space, the Ed Wood classic. And this is one of his newer movies, Gal. The T-shirts were hand-drawn by The Flea, the design was by myself. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. You can have it autographed on my ear, or Flea if you like. Kevin Nash Stovetop hat is up there. I think there's only one left. Now, Spec Son had won one of those last year, a Goldberg one, and he actually wore it to the Fan Fest. And Jim Cornette, wrestling manager legend, one of the greatest managers of all time. If not for Bobby Heenan, I would say the best manager of all time. He loved that Goldberg hat, let me tell you. We've got, speaking of loving hats, we've got the Hulk Hogan hat that is going up there. Well, last one by Chef Carl, and when he won that, he's wearing it in the kitchen, and everyone's just loving it. He's the talk of the town, and of course, wow, again, there's other prizes in here, but we always seem to get the double spin, but no one has spun that yet. But maybe they will this week. Maybe they will this week, folks. Just have to wait and see. Now, here is the hat. Here are the names. How do you get your name in here? Well, like I said, you can send in a video. Ask me a question. You'll get your mug on the show immortalized forever. Imagine that. It's pretty sweet. But besides that, you'll get a whole month of entries in here. What else can you get here? You love the show. You love In Your Head. You love Jack. You love the intro. You love the Power Goat. You freaking love it. Well, if you love something, you want to tell other people about it. So how do you do that? You retweet it. You put it on your Facebook, your website, your vlog, your blog, wherever it is, your YouTube account, whatever you got, plug the show. Let other people know about it. Let me know that you're doing that. Get your name in here. Also, if you do something for the site, you write a call, and whatever you're going to do, your name goes in here. Before we get to that, another way you can get in here is, of course, the mailbag. That's right. If you're too shy to get your mug up here, you don't have a webcam, whatever the reasoning, folks, you can just send me a good old mail. Now, you can actually send me a mail, old school mail, to my address. I'll put that up later. Or you can do a more conventional way. Email jackisbackbrother at hotmail.com. You can leave a voicemail, 508-644-8503. Or you could tweet me at iwatchwrestling.com. Definitely follow us either way. You can leave a message. You can search us over on Facebook for the Headyverse or iwatchwrestling.com, or you can leave one on the Jackie Jones fan page. You can check that out. So many ways you can do this. You can even leave one on the message board, which I highly recommend joining the In Your Head message board. It's a lot of fun. So bring that in, buddy. How much mail we get this week? All right, thanks, man.
Oh, you're welcome. I love it. Your head.
Got the mailbag here. It is totally full. Look at this, folks. Look at all that mail. Oh, man. Good thing I'm freaking strong. I can lift that up with one hand. I'm a freaking powerhouse. All right. What we got in here? I don't know if we'll get to all these. There is a lot of mail in here. All right. Dear Jack, I know you're a fan of the big men like myself. Now, I know what you're thinking out there, Ultimate Beef. He does not mean a bear. He means big men wrestlers. Who are your top 5? Toot Toot Tugboat. Good question, Tugboat. Let's see here. My favorite 5 big men. That is true. I do like the big men. I know a lot of people would consider like Undertaker, Kane, big men. And of course I would too. They're giants. But for me, the classic big man is the big, nasty, not necessarily nasty, but the big guy. Not just tall, but a big guy. So my top, this is a little hard here. Top 5. Yeah. I'm going to put 5. I'm going to say King Kong Bundy, the master of the 5 count. It's hard to choose between him and the one-man gang. I love the gang. I love the gimmick. Akeem's fun, but I prefer the one-man gang. But I'm going to actually go with Bundy. Bundy was a favorite of mine as a kid, and I love the 5 count. I was rooting for him to beat Hogan. It's too bad he had to do it. He had to wrestle him in a blue cage. I bet if he would have wrestled him in a real cage, he probably would have won. But nonetheless, Bundy. Big fan of Bundy. I think he's very underrated big man. Number 4, I'm going to say the Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man was the man. Now, you bet back in NWA, he was Big Bubba Rogers. I always loved the spot. One of my favorite spots. You don't see it anymore. Wooden chair to the head, and he would just stand there, no sell it, with the wooden chair on his head. Now, the man was big. He had some skills, but he really honed his skills and took off as a performer once he became the Big Boss Man. Now, as a heel, I think he was probably better suited as a heel, but I think when he turned face in WWE the first time, like, he was really on fire as a wrestler. And I think he really lost a lot once he went to WCW. Never was quite the same. I know some people, they kind of look back now at his heel run in WWF when he was, the second one, when he was feeding people the dog and jumping on the coffin and stuff is good. But I really remember that not being good. I didn't like that. But nonetheless, Big Boss Man, great wrestler, very underrated. I don't know if he's underrated or not, but great wrestler, big fan of his, like the guy. Number 3, I'm going to say, for his size, I don't think there's anybody better than Yokozuna. The man was really a sight to see. You saw Yokozuna, I mean, as a younger guy, you see that, I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive, that guy. Doing stand and side kicks, doing big leg drops, the bonsai splash. And you think all those moves, he would have been killing guys. But from what I've heard, he was very easy to work with and never hurt guys. So that's an extra bonus. But just as a fan, way back before I ever thought of anything like that, just as a fan watching the show, I loved Yokozuna. I miss Yokozuna. I like him. Speaking of missing guys, I miss Umaga. He's not going to make my top 5 list. If he would have been around a little longer, he might have. I was a big fan of Umaga. But number 2, I know a lot of people can say he's 1 or 2 are probably interchangeable or their favorite 2 guys. But hell, there's a reason for it. Number 2 is Bam Bam Bigelow. Such an impressive guy. Always really liked him since, I remember him actually as the Russian guy back at World Class. But then when he went to WWF, it seemed like they were really shooting him to the moon. You didn't really see a lot of the big baby faces like that. Most of the big guys were the heels. And a guy that could move like that was really rare at that time. And they didn't really let a lot of guys do a lot of moves back in WWF at that time. And so he was doing a lot of stuff you didn't see. So talented. And then I really, I loved all this stuff there. It was sad that he had that feud with Doink. I thought that stuff was just bad and kind of killed off his career for a while until he went to ECW. Now ECW really resurrected this guy's like motivation in wrestling, and he just had off the charts matches. Him and Taz, go back and watch it now. At the time, just unbelievable stuff. Just spectacles, what these 2 guys were doing to each other. It's hard to believe that Taz is this guy now talking about Mailbag stuff. But back at that time, he was the man. Bam Bam was the man. Bam Bam and RVD. Amazing matches. Bam Bam Bigelow, just a great guy. I wish his run in WCW would have been bigger. Seemed like it would, but you never know in WCW. I like WCW, but they didn't push everybody like they should have. But nonetheless, Bam Bam Bigelow, one of my favorites of any size, big or big or small. And the number 1 guy, one of my favorite wrestlers, again, is Vader. As much as I like Bam Bam, I don't think anyone could touch Vader as far as being the best big man. Not only could he move, very similar to Bam Bam, though he's bigger, but I think he also knew his character. He knew how to portray himself as a monster. just the massive, mean-looking dude. He also, he was had some muscle underneath his weight. Just very impressive looking. Awesome matches. His stuff with Sting and WCW, stuff with Cactus Jack, just great. Just loved it. Of course, his run in WWF, big letdown for me as well. I'm sure with him. Wish he would just would have took off there like gangbusters. But Vader, best big man of all time, in my opinion. All right, that's a good question, Tugboat. Thanks. What do we got here? Another question here. All right, Dear Jack. Do you think Dolph Ziggler will hold a world championship in 2012? And that was tweeted by @HighwayOutlaw1, a.k.a. Hoosier Highway. Yes, I think Dolph Ziggler will definitely hold a world title in 2012. It's too bad that doesn't mean quite as much as it used to. But maybe a little bit more right now. Seems like they're starting to build the titles a little better. Dolph Ziggler really's come into his own. Kind of reminds me of a young Kurt Hennig. I don't think he's got quite the personality or like the charisma as a Kurt Hennig. I know some people disagree, but maybe I'm just older and I'm biased towards the older guys. But still a great guy for the guys around today. One of the better guys, Dolph Ziggler. I really wished, WWF would let guys, do their own thing more, and maybe you would see maybe that charisma and that personality come out and shine more if guys, had more control over their promos and whatnot. But again, a great wrestler, and I think we'll see him as the champion in 2012. I think him and Punk would have a hell of a feud. Dear Jack, did you put the Ram in the Rama-Lama Ding Dong? Yours truly, Mrs. Big Red Machine. Whoa, Mrs. Big Red Machine. This is a family show, after all, so I don't want to make everyone put the kiddies to bed. But, if you want me to put the, Rama Ding Dong in your Rama-Lama, just give me a call later on tonight. All right? We'll do one more. Not because there's one more in here, of course. That would be crazy. There's tons in here. All right. Dear Jackie Jones, how many years have you been in internet radio? And can I have an autograph and an in-your-head patch? That is from Doiner, the massive one. Well, Doiner, seems like you won a lot there, buddy. He's got the freaking gimmies. I'm just kidding. You, Doiner, you're a good dude. Autograph. We actually, yes, I know. Your prayers have been answered out there in the Hittyverse. Jackie Jones, 8x10s, coming in 2012. Been talking about this for a while. It's going to become a reality. So save up your pennies and, break open the piggy bank a little bit. Maybe you can get yourself an 8x10. Now, for a patch, you donate at least $10 to the website. Get yourself a patch. I don't have too many left, so can't do that for too many people. But I'll see what I can do, Doiner. Anybody out there wants my autograph? I know it's in hot demand. I can't sit around all day. Here's the mail. Thanks, man. I can't sit around all day signing autographs. I got stuff to do. I'm a busy dude. But, send me an email. I'll hook you up. All right, look at this. Freaking Death Race. Death Race. Jason Statham. It's totally sealed movie. And that is from Universal Home Video. You could win that. That is freaking awesome. Jason Statham. Jason Statham in a movie. That is a sign of high quality, folks. All right, without further ado, we are getting to the prize wheel. All right. Now, President Clinton, he was saying, man, Jack, you talk too long. You got to shorten these videos. He didn't say that. I'm just kidding. But let's see who won. The president's a good man. I like the Prez. But sadly, he did not win this week. It is the mighty, mighty Lexar. That's right. The mighty, mighty one himself, Mighty Lexar. Mighty Lexar, what did you win? What would you want? What would the mighty Lexar want? What would he need? I think he'd probably like a Lionel Richie t-shirt. We will find out. Mighty Lexar, what did you win? You won yourself... Oh no, the president President, I'm sorry, but Mighty Lexar has won himself the Boot Ban CD. It's the last one. Maybe there'll be more in the future, President. Or maybe you can strike a deal. But look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. Mighty Lexar, you won yourself a Boot Ban CD. Good times. Thanks for listening. Check out iWatchWrestling.com. Good times. All right. See you, everybody.